Good morning, everybody. This is Mike Teets with Teets Travel Farm and Food, and on this segment I'm going to do an overview of everything I tend to do on the property as well as this channel. So that's our house. We're actually probably going to be tearing it down soon. We wanted to remodel it, however the foundation is pretty much destroyed, and the only thing we're going to be able to do is completely rebuild it. It'll cost too much to have it repaired. Since we got the deed about 3 months ago, done quite a bit of work, got up most of the trash that was left on the property, rebuilt a part of the barn where the wall had collapsed, knocked out several dead trees and bushes. Unfortunately, had to drop what used to be a beautiful walnut tree. However, it was completely dead all the way down through the center and was going to fall down or be cut down. So we cut it down, and we're going to turn most of it into usable wood. Right now I got most of it up because this was a huge tree, and the primary piece for the base was about 12 feet long, 3 feet wide, and is probably going to get turned into a table. And that tree we were able to actually salvage, thank you God, because I loved that tree. But there was quite a bit of dead wood on this, and you can actually see it here. But that's trimmings from everything. This was done about a month ago, and I've been cleaning it up ever since. I need to get a permit to be able to burn most of it. But this goes all the way through, and this is the base of the limb. I'm going to turn this beautiful thing, because it's still pretty solid, into a bench, as well as some of that. I'm going to have a couple of benches over there, and then a nice sitting area where I cleared out all the underbrush in that small thicket. So these are all the tractors for the bunnies. They will be going in here shortly because I have to do a full clean. Got to figure out how I'm going to get them all in, because we're doing some breeding today. And this is the current hutch. I had to actually do an improvised closing because it got way too cold really fast, and I needed to insulate it enough to heat it. And now I've got AC systems. Bear in mind, this is just a, sorry about that, temporary structure. This is not the permanent, never was. We're now able to build permanent. So those three were trees there, by the way, were just too close to the building and had to come down because they were starting to damage the foundation. As you can see, I had to replace a portion of that wall as well because it was crumbling, and I really need to cut the grass today. So this is where the new hutch is going to go. It's only going to get a little sun in the morning, which is ideal for rabbits. It's a 20-foot by 12-foot area. It's going to be a raised platform, so it's going to be nice and level. Roof, walls, setups for the AC system. I'm going to have water ran directly to it, so I don't have to walk the distance to get it. There'll be electric in there as well. So I'm already starting to clear this out. Got most of the trash up. That whole section used to be an old building, and there was a door leading directly into it. These trees actually helped crack it. You can still see a small crack there and one there from all the trees growing up right next to it. However, I'm going to utilize these stumps. They're going to have planters, likely like mint and things like that, that'll actually hang down and just make it look pretty. Got to whack the weeds, get this all cleared out, and this is going to be a sanctuary, more or less. You see, so I've already planted a ton of clover. I'm trying to attract wild bunnies. I'm going to have all kinds of different things in here. Everything that gets planted here will be edible either by people or animals. I want to attract birds, deer if possible, and anything else that wants to come over and have a nibble. Been a lot of work. Believe it or not, if I can find the video feed for it and the pictures, I'll put it up later on. But this was absolutely overgrown and just completely filled with debris. It took 2.5 days to clear it all out. My brother and his wife came down, and between them two and my wife, we were able to knock out all of this in a 2-day period. And then that's the wall that was replaced. That whole thing had collapsed 10 years ago. This barn is, man, 80, almost 100 years old. There was no way I was getting rid of it. My brothers, I should say, are going to come down soon, sometime next month, I think, and we're going to tear this out the rest of the way and then replace this section of the gable. We do have to do a little repair on the other gable end, but not a lot. And there is quite a bit of wood. You can see that badly chewed up. We had a ton of termites and carpenter bees. Get that replaced, replace the last couple of panels here, and do any repairs necessary. I think there's like 2 spots on the roof that actually need to be replaced or just shorn up. I'm pretty positive I messed that word up. And then we're going to coat the roof because it's still in good shape. It's only 30 years old, and tin doesn't really go bad all that fast. Got to bury this in. Fill these holes so they're actually solid, bury this in, put a piece of wood across that, wood up the sides, and I'm going to build a pretty hefty door there. Then there's the interior. Yeah, still cleaning this out. All the stuff that's over there is actually stuff that's being kept, as well as what's on that table and just behind it. That pile over there is going to eventually get turned into birdhouses and other things. That's all cedar, so it's the best material you can use to build things like that. It'll actually keep bugs out. Natural bug repellent. Kerosene heater that got left still works. Another one there. That's the concrete I need for the fence that I'm already sort of started. But a little bit of trash and debris that needs to get removed, if I can untwist my tongue. So, ton of stuff. This wall is coming down. Going to redo it properly once we get this actually concreted in, which is going to be quite some time from now. This is like definitely one of the last things we're going to be doing. Concrete this in, and then I'm going to actually insulate the entire interior of this. This is going to be my workspace. Metalworking, woodworking, machining, pretty much anything you can think of. And then all of these actually will be going that way once I level out that opening so I can get it in there. Got a workout room that we don't use because, we're lazy. And then a bunch of stuff that was left behind. I'm a nerd. That is a Warhammer board that I made quite some time ago. Got a ton of Warhammer stuff. Yeah, I'll probably be doing videos on that as well. I'm decent. I don't want to say I'm an expert, but I'm not too terribly far off, but since I've got friends who are, my work is good. Theirs is much better. Yeah, so ton of work in here. Got to get the doors up on this as well. Again, those are going to be projects that come well after we finish taking care of all the rest. We are currently living there at my mother-in-law's house. We may actually end up buying that property. That way we can actually take this property and make it one, considering it more or less already is. I don't know if you can see that because of the light. See the pole there, and there. That whole space is where our solar panels are going. Might have to take this tree down, unfortunately. So it'll be sun all morning long. We want that to actually power the property. There are going to be 40 panels there, and then on the roof of that house after we replace it, because that has to go. That's about 30 years old. There'll be another 40 panels, and if we connect these two properties and remove the address from here, then all 80 panels will be powering that and that. This is going to be my lab. Once I get everything set up, I am trying to get a couple of different licenses for being able to make fireworks. Little hobby of mine. I love chemistry. I'm going to be doing quite a bit of work to this. The roof is actually going to get set up as a so it'll pop open if anything ever goes wrong. Hopefully it never will. That way the blast will go straight up through the roof and not out towards everything else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So if there's anything you guys would like to suggest, things you would like me to put up on my channel, things you'd like me to do, feel free to post it in the comments. I will respond as soon as I can. Beyond that, if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.